Welcome to the Anna Jean template. We are so grateful for you and cannot wait to see how you customize the site and make it your own. Now that you've installed the design key into your Showit account, you're going to see the coming soon page. So here on the left, we have the mobile version, and on the right, we have the desktop version. To get into the rest of your site, you're going to come over here and click Site. Here you're going to see all of your pages, all of your blog pages, and all of the site canvases. Within Showit, each section on each page is called a canvas. So there are regular canvases and site canvases. Whenever you customize a site canvas, you will see those edits site-wide wherever that canvas is located. In this video, we're going to go over a brief overview of Showit, let you know where things are located, and get you familiar with Showit so you can start customizing your new website. We're going to start at the top here with site settings and go over one of the most important things, which is getting your domain connected and your blog set up. From here, we're going to click Edit. Now, we already have our domain connected in our Showit account, so we're going to use some Showit help docs and go through those. So this will be launching your site with a new blog. So here we can click Connect Your Domain or Site Settings, and then click Edit. From here, you'll add in your domain name, and you'll just answer these brief questions. Add your number, any additional comments or information here, and click Submit. Now, this is where we always recommend to move forward and proceed with the blog setup. Even if you don't plan on blogging right away, it's so nice to have it ready to go so that when you're ready, your blog is already set up and ready for you as well. Here, if you've never had a blog before, you'll select Setup New Blog, or if you have a blog through Squarespace or WordPress, you can click Migrate Existing Blog. Because this is a new blog, there aren't any other questions. You could let the Showit team know if there's anything else. Otherwise, click Submit. From there, the Showit team will set up a new WordPress blog for you and reach out once it's completed. Then you can point your DNS to Showit in your domain registrar. So this is going to be wherever you purchased your domain name. So this could be GoDaddy, Google Domains, Squarespace, Bluehost, anything like that. And we also have a Showit help doc here that you can click either of these step-by-step instructions depending on where you've purchased your domain from, or simply click I need help. Once you have your domain settings updated in your DNS, you're going to message the Showit team and ask them to set your SSL certificate. This will secure your site, and you'll also see the little lock icon by your URL. You can do that by just clicking the chat feature here and then click messages. From there, you can go on customizing your site. Typically, after you submit your site to Showit, it can take anywhere from 2 to 5 business days. It's always been sooner than that from my experience, but just know it can take a couple days to get everything set up. If you are migrating a blog, your steps will look a little bit different. The first steps are going to be pretty similar. Connect your domain or go to site settings, click edit, click here to get started, add in your domain name information. Here, this is where you'll say, I currently have a blog at this domain, and click next. Add your number and additional info, click submit, and then of course you're going to proceed to the blog setup, migrate existing blog, you'll click next, add your URL for your current site, and here add your blog login info. Double check you provide the right login credentials. From here, yes, complete the setup and activate my Showit site. Click next, and then submit. From here, you're going to have the same next steps. So the Showit team will migrate your blog and reach out once it's completed. From there, you'll update your DNS settings to point to Showit in your domain registrar. Again, you can go to this help doc. All of these will be linked below this video as well. And then message the Showit team to apply the SSL certificate. And from there, you're going to go back to customizing because, again, this usually will take a couple days. So you can have this part started and then go back to customizing your site while all of that is getting set up. Next, we have the favicon. So here you can choose an image. This will be the little icon that goes next to your website name. Here we have blog. So once that is connected, you'll just see your blog here. Third party, Google Analytics. So we're going to have a separate video that goes over how to add Google Analytics to your Showit website. And then social. This is super helpful to add all of your social links right here that pertain to your business, and then click close. Next, we have design settings. This is so fun because this is where you get to add in your brand colors and your brand fonts. Here we have the color palette. I always keep a black on the left and then a white all the way to the right. And then from here, you can literally add in your hex code here if you already have them, or you can kind of drag this around and you'll just click OK when you have it. And you'll do the same for each color. You do not have to have this many brand colors, just add in the colors that you do have. From there, click OK. Then we're going to add your fonts. Here we can choose from any Google fonts, which is super awesome. From the drop-down, you can select the font, and the available styles for that font will appear here in the drop-down. So this one only has normal, and you'll see a preview of this over on the right. If you're like, oh, that looks good, I want to add it, you'll click Add Google Font. So now you'll see on the right, it is under Active Fonts. To remove it, we can simply click this X. If we look at other fonts that have more styles, we already have these styles that are kind of grayed out. They're already active over here. But if, for example, we select this one, you'll see it here, and then we could add. Same thing to move. Now, if you have custom fonts, you can also upload those. So this would be if you've purchased a font with a web license, you should receive a WOOF file. If not, you can use Font Squirrel here to generate a WOOF file. So sometimes that does happen, and we'll go through this together. If you have made any changes here that you want to keep, be sure to click Save. All right, so we actually did purchase a font, and we purchased the web license, and it didn't come with the WOOF file. So I actually had to do the same thing. Okay, so we're gonna upload ours. We got this one from Creative Market, so if you are looking for other fonts, you can check out Creative Market. All right, once that's downloaded, we're gonna open that up. And you'll see we have a WOOF file right here. So then we're gonna go back to Showit. We're gonna exit out of here. So if you did make changes, be sure to click Save. And we're gonna go to the media library. So this is where you're gonna add in everything that will go on your site. So fonts will go in here, logos will go in, photos, videos. You can actually upload a PDF file as well. So if you have a pricing guide that you want to share with a client, you can add those in here as well. And you can add illustrations. So we'll click Add. We'll also go over this media library next and go in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to drag and drop that WOOF file right in. So now that that is in here, we're going to exit out. We're going to go back to design settings, and here you're going to see that right here. We'll see a preview right here on the right, and then we're going to name our font. I always recommend using the same name as the font name. It's just easier. And then we did purchase this font, so we own the license. And then you'll click Add Custom Font. Once you add the font in, you'll click Save. From here, we're going to go back to Design Settings and go to Site Style. From here, we're going to go under Type Styles. Now that we've added in our fonts, now we can come in here and add in the type styles. So here we have the color. This is where we can choose the brand fonts that we just added. Here we can choose the size for mobile with the little mobile icon. You'll also see the mobile preview here. And desktop, we'll see the desktop preview on the right. I always start with whatever font size that Showit already has in here, because once we get on the page, that's when we can start really customizing. You can even change the color on the actual page as well as size. All of these things you see here, you can change on the actual page as well. So this is just a good, consistent starting point. We can change letter case, the bottom margin, alignment, and you'll repeat the process for heading, subheading, and paragraph. We knew with this site we were going to have a black background. However, you could always change this and come in here and change the fonts as well. From there, whenever you make those updates, be sure to click Save. Next, we're going to move on to the media library. So we kind of touched on it a little bit, but you can have as many folders as you'd like. You can organize them by location, by types of sessions, maybe by clients. Whatever makes the most sense for you is how you can get in here and organize it. We are going to add in our photos. So whenever I go to add in photos, I use the app JPEG Mini, and I will run the photos through JPEG Mini. That helps reduce file size without losing the quality of the images. Ideally, you want your photo files to be smaller so that they load quicker within your page. This is also, like we mentioned, going to be the same area that you're going to add in your logo files. You're just going to drag and drop them in. You'll add in your illustrations if you have any for your brand. Video files, this could be a GIF, an MP4. That will all go right into here. I also want to mention again, if you did have a pricing guide, so for example, if this was a pricing guide, it would be a PDF file. You can click this link and you would literally be able to come over here and paste the link in a separate browser. It will open up your PDF here. That would allow you to share your PDF with clients really easily. And then, of course, you can always add in more photos as you continue to take more photos and just keep adding them in your media library. From here, we're going to go through the rest of the kind of border around and kind of touch on where everything is located. So I'm going to move this. Okay, if we come all the way down here at the bottom, you can always click your name. This is where you can see your other site designs. If you create a new design, any of that here. On the right side, we have account settings, so we can go to manage account. And once your blog is connected, you'll be able to access your WordPress blog admin right here. Okay, jumping back in. Down here at the bottom, you're going to see the Show Mobile and Desktop icons. This allows us to view both simultaneously. Here we could view just one, or just mobile. We could view desktop only. Right here we have display guidelines. This is totally a personal preference. If you would like them on while you're customizing, you can have them on. Totally personal preference. Here we have these zoom features. Reset, zoom in. Whenever you're on a page, specifically on a canvas, you will have these options. So that's where the type styles that we just added come into play, and we can add text this way. If we do add text to desktop, it is also going to be on mobile. Next, we have this section, so we can add rectangle, line, icon, embed code, video, add galleries, and even connect your Instagram social grid here. And lastly, we have media library. This is how we could grab any of our photos and add them. This is how we can add a GIF file as well. Is the same process. And we'll go through that in the next video. Over here with our pages, I want to mention this is when you're just on the About page, but to get to like all of this good stuff, you're going to click Page, and this is where you're going to see all of the canvases that make up each page. So anytime you see a gray diagonal lines, that means it's a site canvas. Again, anytime we make those updates to a site canvas, we will see those site-wide wherever that canvas is located. If you click on a canvas, you're going to see these are all of the elements that make up the header canvas on the About page. We're going to go through more of this and actually start customizing in the next video. All right, back down around the bottom, here we have the undo button and redo button. And then down here at the bottom, we have the Showit help docs. These are super helpful. And then we also have the chat feature here, so you can message the Showit support team if you have any specific questions. And of course, if you do have questions, you can also email us at support@seventhmade.com, and we'd be happy to help as well. Up here at the top, you'll see a preview. So Showit auto saves as you're customizing, but to actually preview, you can click here. From here, we can see the desktop version and then scroll. We can also see the mobile version, or you can actually click the link here and see it in a full window. When it comes time to officially launch your new site, there is a video specifically going over how to officially launch, and there are a few extra steps because we have a homepage that is technically a WordPress homepage. It's super easy and we're going to walk you through it, but be sure to check out that video when you're ready to launch. Otherwise, you can click publish as you go, but to officially launch and have this homepage show up, you're going to have to do the few extra steps, so be sure to watch that video. And I will see you on the next one.